Tonsils. These are two small almond-shaped structures behind the tongue. These are the tonsils. Tonsils, they form part of the body protective mechanism. The body protective mechanism means I am talking about the immune system. So, usually when you have tonsils, when they become bigger, it will be equally, both sides will be equal in size. But uncommonly, what happens is sometimes you see only one tonsil is bigger, the other side is normal or smaller in size. So, today's topic on the video show, we are going to discuss about the causes of one-sided tonsillar enlargement, what are the investigations which we usually do and how do you manage it. Now, when you come to the one-sided tonsillar enlargement, it looks like this. This side is enlarged, the other side is normal. Now, coming to the causes for that, we can commonly divide into two categories. The first one being intrinsic cause, which means the causes in the tonsil itself. The side which is enlarged, the enlargement of the causes in the tonsil itself. That is intrinsic. Extrinsic means that particular side enlargement, the tonsil is normal in size, but the cause for the apparent bigger in size of the tonsil, the cause for that is outside the tonsil. So, first let us discuss about the intrinsic causes. In that, we have four common causes for one-sided tonsillar enlargement. The first being physiological, that means for that particular patient that is normal. So, since we are seeing the patient for the first time, he has come to us for some ENT related cause and we examine him and we find that one side of the tonsil is enlarged. So, maybe that is normal for him. Second one, if there is a foreign body like any fish bone which is stuck in the tonsil and it has not been well taken care of, it will lead to abscess formation or pus formation and it will result in enlargement of tonsil of that particular side. The third one is the reason being infection. So, that infection can be bacterial or viral. But usually in bacterial or viral infection, both the tonsillar enlargement you will have enlargement of both the tonsils together. It is very unlikely or very uncommonly common situation. Sometimes what happens is one particular tonsil will be larger than the other one. The last one, the most important being the last one, that is malignancy. That is what I am worried of. That is what we are worried of. So, if it is one-sided enlargement, our aim, the main aim for our examination and investigation is to rule out that whether that patient has got malignancy or not. So, malignancy, the cancer, it can be because of the tonsillar malignancy or maybe malignancy in the body, and that malignancy it presents itself, to start with it presents itself in the tonsil. Now, coming to the extrinsic cause. So, you have a main artery near to the tonsil and that is the carotid artery. In case the wall of the carotid artery is weak and it forms an enlargement which is called as an aneurysm in medical terms, that can lead to it presses on the tonsil and the tonsil is pushed inside and it looks like apparent appearance that the tonsil is bigger in size. The second being, if there is any swelling inside the neck, especially so if it happens to be a malignancy, instead of projecting outside, it may push inside, push the tonsils and give us an appearance that one particular tonsil is enlarged in size. And the last one, you have a parotid gland, pair of parotid gland, that is here. So, this parotid gland has got two parts, superficial one and the deep one. Sometimes what happens, the deep part of the parotid gland, it can enlarge. It can be because of a benign lesion or it can be malignancy also. When that enlarges, it can push the tonsils medially and again we will feel that the tonsil is enlarged, that particular side of the tonsil is enlarged. So, these are the causes of intrinsic and extrinsic causes of one-sided tonsillar enlargement. So, now we are going to do some investigations to mainly rule out that this is not malignancy. So, and then if it is not, then we have to prove that it is malignancy. To start with, we will do the hemoglobin and the inflammatory parameters like ESR and C-reactive protein and procalcitonin. And we will do a peripheral SME to see if there are toxic granules, which is more suggestive of infection, and it can give us a hint that patient has got malignancy. Now, when we do a throat swab, we will send it for culture and sensitivity. That is, if there is a bacterial cause, we can know which bacteria and which antibiotic can be, specific antibiotic can be given for that bacteria. Virus, which can cause this infection, we have only few virus for that related to this. So we can do specific investigation, blood investigation for that. Suppose there is any neck enlargement or swelling along with the tonsil enlargement which is on the same side, we would like to do we like to put in a needle, insert a needle and take out a sample so that we can send it for examination under the microscope. So this is called as fine needle aspiration cytology. Now, if all these tests happens to be normal, now we have to think in lines of malignancy, and we like to do a CT scan or an MRI scan. So this MRI scan with contrast or diffusion weighted images, it will give us a hint if it is malignancy in 3 places. One is in the tonsil, second being in the neck inside, and the third being the deep part of the parotid gland. So when we have a suspicion there in the scan, the only way to prove it out is we have to remove the whole tonsil, which is called the tonsillectomy, and the whole tonsillar tissue has to be sent for biopsy. That's how we can prove it is malignancy. Now coming to the treatment part. So treatment is as per the cause. If it is physiological, he is going to be on regular follow-up to see whether it is becoming bigger in size and what had to be done later on. And we are not going to intervene if it is physiological. If it happens to be a foreign body, the foreign body has to be removed. When it's put in a small nick, all the pus comes out along with the foreign body also comes out, and he'll go home with a course of antibiotic, painkiller and a gargle. Now coming to the infective cause, if it happened to be bacterial cause, he will get a course of antibiotic. If it happened to be a viral, it is conservative management. The last one, if all the causes are ruled out and we are not suspecting malignancy, the wait and watch is the principle. So he will be on regular follow-up. Our idea is to see whether maybe this is malignancy, maybe it is becoming bigger in size, whether he is developing other symptoms of malignancy or not. That's why we are keeping him on follow-up. Now, if it is suspicious of malignancy, surely we will go ahead, do a tonsillectomy, send the whole tonsil for biopsy, and if it happens to be a malignancy, then we have to take care of it in the same protocol as how you deal with malignancy. So, in short, in this video of unilateral tonsil enlargement, the main point of examination is to rule out whether this is a case of malignancy or not. That is the main idea. Thank you so much.